Welcome to the second playthrough of Evolution Solo. This time I will demonstrate how the flight expansion works in this solo mode. If you want more detail about how the base Evolution Solo works, just look at the previous video and I will explain in more details in there. I will be also playing today with plant, micro-expansion, and the scenario teaming hordes. Species always start with 2 populations. Flight Solo adds some new solo cards for Radwin, which have the flight logo on them, and in those cases those will be avian species. Let's see, and we have one right away. It's new, it will be an avian species. And in that case, unlike us, Radwin doesn't need to discard a second card to get a flying species, which is quite good for it. It is also a red species, so it will likely increase its population, which is a bit risky. What do we have? To start, some good stuff. I think I would go for cooperation species, since if I create a new one, it will have directly 2 population. So let's discard symbiosis to get an additional species. I will not go for the cliffs just yet, since Radwin will be probably dominant in there at the beginning. Yeah, I think I will discard both to increase that by 2 and increase the cooperative species body size. Now Radwin. Again, we are playing with plants, so we don't have to put a food card in the watering hole. So instead, first card is put aside. And now, since Radwin has less species than me, it will discard 1 card to get a new species. So we draw a solo card. It will be a land species this time. And it's a yellow one. Ooh, that's a good combination with team hordes, because that means this species start with 2 populations, but also with 1 additional population since it's a yellow species. As usual, we only create 1 new species at that moment. So if Radwin wants another one, it will be decided at the next in the next round. Let's see what traits now. Claws. I forgot to mention that. I also added claws and coprophagia as promo cards, and they replace burrowing and scavenger. Claws, red and white. We see here red in first, and I forgot to give flight. So claws will go to this species and will be the topmost trait. One thing I didn't explain in the previous video, because we had the Great Permanent extension. So when giving a trait to a species for Radwin, you will give it first as a top trait, and the second one will be a bottom trait. In the case of flight, flight is given as a bottom and the other traits as a top. Now we do have intelligence, red and green. This one has red, so intelligence goes as a top trait, and we increase population because it's 7. And I forgot again, -1 for this one, so we increase the size. As a reminder, it's when the food value is 3 or less, we increase body size. When it's 4 or more, we increase population. And cooperation, however, this species cannot take any more trait. This one can, but it doesn't have green as its possibilities. So this card is discarded, and we increase population of a species with the lowest population, in that case the avian species. For the feeding phase, so there are no triggers. Radwin will increase its plant population just one below our population, our plant population, and we will feed them, and we put 2 food to the cliffs. Now it's as usual, Radwin will feed first the non-carnivores, and in priority those that can eat the most in one turn. In that case, they can only take 1 each. So we go for the one that has the least fed population. Again, they are tied, so the ultimate tiebreaker is leftmost. So it will first eat from there. On my side, I think I will eat from my plant directly, so I can use cooperation. Now it will be this avian species turn to eat. In that case, it will eat in priority from the cliff, then the water angle, in this case, the plant board. So it will take 1 food, put it there. I have no choice but to finish that. This species cannot feed anymore, it doesn't have access to the cliff, but the flying species can. And it will take the last food, however, it is not enough. Still, Radwin still has 1 card in hand. Since the intelligent species cannot eat in any other way, it will discard it and take 2 food from there. And that's it, it didn't go too well for that bird. So this one loses 1 population, and as usual, in that case, the species will remove its topmost trait, in this case intelligence, and this species unfortunately goes extinct. We discard the solo card and the board, the flight trait, and we discard close, and we draw 2 cards. On to the next round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So right now, Radwin doesn't have an avian species anymore. That could be a good time to make an avian species. Okay, I'll use this cooperation. Let's try to make a chain. I'll discard 2 cards to make an avian species myself. Starting at size 2. And let's not forget flight. I will discard both. Should I increase? It's not enough food otherwise. I have to increase quite a lot, sadly. So no food card, 1 card put aside. Now I still have more species than Radwin, so it will discard 1 card and get a new species, land 1, and a white land species. The traits. Cooperation. Green, it goes there. 0, we increase body size. Ambush. Red, this one has priority. Increase body size. Carnivore, and a carnivore. Carnivore always increase body size. Long neck. The long neck comes here, and this cooperation will be quite useless in the end. It increases the population. Now all trait slots are full, and we still have Radwin still has 1 card in hand, so it will discard it, and for each card discarded, increase the population of the species that have the list. Unless it is an even card, but let's talk about that when it happens. Now the plant population, sorry, triggers. We have a long neck, and cooperation does nothing. The good thing is that those two are at least mine. Radwin feeds the non-carnivores first. It will feed this one. The issue is that this carnivore will completely eat me, actually. I can, if I feed from there, well, let's feed from my plant at least. So before this one gets extinct, it will feed a bit. Up, and the third one. Sorry. Now again, non-carnivore. Same thing for me. I will go again the non-carnivore. This one cannot be attacked by this carnivore, so it will feed from there instead of the cliff. Now the carnivore will feed. When deciding which species to attack with a carnivore, Radwin will go for the one that will give all its species the most. In that case, it can attack those two, and that one will give it 2 food. So it goes for that one. I lose population. Radwin takes 2 meat. And I will go again for this plant. And again, Radwin will go for that species. Actually, in that case, both will give it only 1 meat. So in that case, it will attack the species that has the least population. In that case, they are tied, so the tiebreaker is the leftmost again. So it attacks this one again. That goes extinct and give it 1 meat. And I lose my cooperation chain, well, part of it. And that's it for this round. Next round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Good thing for me is that since this species we cannot take any more new trait, Radwin will not be able to increase its body size. So I can at least protect this species by making it size 3. I think I will put the long neck also to the cooperative species. It should give a good start. I will discard 2 cards to increase the species body size. Play Coprophaga on this one. And I will keep the dive bomb in hand for the future. Now, Radwin. First card to the side. We have the same number of species, so it will discard the next card to make a new species. It will be a red land species. So red species has +1 body size when attacking, and white +1 body size when defending. Defensive herding, white is on there. 5, so it's population. Dive bomb. Now, when you reveal the Radwin's trade card and you get an event card, you will put it face up on the water animal. We will resolve them after the traits have been revealed. Fertile. Yellow. Goes there. It's 3, so body size And now we have 2 cards left. None are even cards, so we can discard them 2. Increase the population 1, 2. It's no even cards. Die bomb. Sadly, in that case, Radwin doesn't have any avian species, so this does nothing except making Radwin draw a new card. That card goes in his hand like that, which means that it can have 2 cards for intelligence, for claws, or traits like that requires card discard. Now for triggers, we start to the left, topmost right first, and we start with Radwin. Fertile with plants triggers at the end of a round. Long neck triggers, cooperation does nothing. In that case, long neck and cooperation. Now Radwin will decrease its land population to be 1 less than me. Feeding. Non-carnivores first. They can only take 1 each. This one is least fed, so it will go. Oh, plant. Normally I only have having species to feed. Now this one again. Actually, it cannot feed anymore, so it will feed the carnivore. This is considered size 3. This size is okay, but it has defensive herding, so carnivore cannot attack anything in that case actually. So it will go extinct, I'm afraid. So Radwin cannot feed anymore. I finish feeding and we're done. So this one lost 3 population, so it will lose its topmost trait, defensive herding. Fertile didn't trigger also. This one also lost population, so we remove cooperation, and this one sadly goes extinct. Discard the solo card, 2 traits, so I'm doing this. 2 new cards, oh that would be a lot. And she's there inside, not very important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's discard 2 to increase the plant population by 4, and I will discard everything else. 1, 2, 3, 4. Radwin. Go to card aside. We have the same number of species again, so discard 1 and get a new species. Thankfully for me, it's a land one and a red one, so even if it turns to be carnivore, it shouldn't be a threat. Warning call. So this one has the highest priority on white. So the long neck also start to sing to his friends, increase population. Nesting. Green goes there because this one is full. And increase body size. Just not on nesting, since nesting triggers every time the species gains population. Normally, in normal game, this phase we will not be able to see the cards, so the nesting ability will only trigger starting in the next round and not in this one. Foraging. Foraging also goes there and increase population. And finally, ambush, which will be useless at least for now, but increases its body size at least. 4 cards left, none of them are event, so we increase population by 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Plant. Triggers, fertile later. Long neck triggers. My long neck and cooperation also triggers. This time, Radwin has a species that can eat 2 food per round, so it will feed that one in priority. I don't have carnivore to defend. I should start to make them, by the way. So it takes 2 from my plant, but I will do the same with cooperation. Then again, since this one can eat 2, it still has the priority, even if the other one didn't start feeding. I'm taking also 2. Now this one is full, those can only take 1 each. This one is the least fed. Now with avian species I will finish Radwin's plant. This one. And now I can take from the cliff. Now finally the long neck species can feed also. I'm done, so Radwin will finish feeding the fertile species. Fertile does not trigger. That species lost 1 population to starvation, so it loses long neck. And to the next round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I didn't draw a carnivore. Discarding. Oh, why not? Let's discard 2 cards. Get another avian species. Now I will give it brood parasite. Right, of course. And I have to increase by 2. There's just too many species now. Put that aside. Again, same number of species. New species for Radwin and a flying species. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. The green one too. So green species can have 1 population survive to starvation. And it gets flight as a bottom trait. Only 2 spots left though, so it would be a lot of card discard for new population. And starting right away with a carnivore, which would be size 3. Good eyesight will go here, and it's 2, so we increase body size, which is a bold move. Now 4 cards left, no even cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the triggers, good eyesight, there was no food, so good eyesight didn't trigger, fertile not. Brood parasite triggers, so again 1 population and take 1 plant food. Long neck and cooperation triggers. Non-carnivores first. This one can eat 2 each time. They are carnivores, so I can take 2 from that. Again, the foraging species get 2. And again, feed from Radwin's plant. Now this one is full, so those can now eat. First, that one will take in priority from the cliff. And I will start to eat from the cliff too. It will be kind of a race. Now again, between those two, priority goes to the one that has least fed population, then tiebreaker is the leftmost. So it is still a variant species having priority. As we race for the cliffs. And this time it will feed its population. And I will feed from its planet board. Now this one finally has priority. All my only source is my own plant, so I go there. Now it's variant species turn again. And I finish my own plant with that. Didn't use coprophagia. Nice. Those two cannot eat anymore, so carnivore, and carnivore is size 3. It can only attack the nesting species. So it will do so. Take 2 minutes. And again, 1 more minute, sorry. The avian species lost 1 population because it prevents, it's green, so it prevents 1 population loss to starvation. But having lost a population, it will still remove good eyesight, and this time flight will move to the top trait. So if that species again lose a trait in similar fashion, it will become a land species. Let's see if that happens. This one also got attacked and lost 2 populations, so we remove nesting, which was not used. This one lost a lot of population and uses fertile, which didn't trigger. And finally, this one too. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I still don't have a carnivore. I can't defend my plant, that's a bit annoying. I will make a nesting and camouflaged species. Well, I guess at least 2 cards need to be discarded for plant. Leave me with 1, but I think I can put on battalion species with coprophagia. 1 card put aside. Since we have the same amount of species, Radwin is not happy about that and will discard 1 more card for 1 more new species. A land species, green one, fertile. So all those species can take a trait, 2. So you have 2 species that are tied as a priority. So in that case, we give it to the species that have the least traits. So that one, increase population. Horns, 2. Again, we go to the one that has the least traits. We are tied, so leftmost is a tiebreaker as always, and we give horns as a bottom trait. And 3, we increase body size. So it will attempt to empty the cliff pretty fast. Fat tissue, green is first here. Increase population. Dive bomb, we put it on the watering hole. Seed dispersal, we put it on top and it will be solved resolved before. Another seed dispersal, and horns 2, it goes on the foraging species and we increase population. Now the traits, the events. Okay, so seed dispersal is not a card that works well with plant, sadly. So I think what we will do is increase the plant population by 1 instead. And Radwin draws a card. Again, seed dispersal, so we will have a lot of food. And draws a card. Let's go with this little house rules. And finally, a dive bomb that would be used on this only avian species. So in that case, it will come from the food bank since there is nothing else. And it draws yet another card. Triggers. Fertile does not trigger now. Fat tissue, nothing happens. On my side, brood parasite. Increased population and plant. The long neck triggers with cooperation. A lot of plant food on my board, but I'm afraid we'll go all to Radwin. If only I had a carnivore. That would have helped me so much. Anyway, this one, the foraging species can be 2, so it has the priority. I think I will go for the cooperation. Okay, this time the foraging species can eat only 1, so it does not have a priority anymore. It goes to the fertile species. Again, I will take with cooperation. Now the flight species has priority. It takes from the cliffs. I will go for the cliffs too, I guess. Now the flight species still has priorities, it's not fed at all. It will go for my plant. This one will go for this plant. It cannot be attacked by a carnivore with camouflage. The ambush species eat 1 and it's full. I will feed that one. Now this one. Species. I do the same, also my avian species. We go back to the fertile species. And I make my flying one full also. Now, Radwin's flying species. And the last food will go to my other flying species. It's the carnivore turn. What can it eat? Okay. Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. It cannot hunt me. That's very good. Not that one. It can go for the foraging, although it will lose 1 population. And it can go to the fertile. Well, this one will give him 2 food, so even if it loses 1 population, it would go for the species with horns. So first it loses 1 population, this one 2, and the carnivore gets its 2 meat. On my side, I can use the coprophagia. Radwin cannot feed anymore, so again, coprophagia. And we're done. This species has one is green, so it has one population that can survive starvation. So nothing happens to it. And fertile again didn't trigger. This one lost population due to hunt, so we'll discard foraging. And this one lost population to the hounds, so we'll remove warning call. But it's still a carnivore and now it can grow. And this will be the last round. I think I will give up on long neck. Give the cooperation species carnivore. Increases its size by 2, I guess. I will discard 2 for plants. This one was there. I guess I will just discard 2 cards. You know, increase that population and that one. So many cards for Radwin. Let's see. So first card put aside. And for once, Radwin has more species than me, so it will not discard a card. So it will make so much population. Let's see first. Broad parasite. Yellow, green, 2, 2. So they are tied at 2 for both yellow and green. There is no tiebreaker in the third place, so whoever has the least threat, so it will be the ambush species, gets broad parasite, which has no effect fallen species, but that's what it is. At least it increases its body size. Claws, red and white. So those two are tied at 1, but on second we have white here, so it will go there. Claws, size, population, sorry, increase. Finally, fat tissue on the carnivore, which is not bad, increases its population though. And now we have 9 cards. 9 cards. One of them is an event that we put there. The other 8 are discarded to increase population. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a lot of people to feed. That's a bit ambitious, Radwin, my friend. Now, seed dispersal, as we said, as our little house rule, we increase the opponent's plant population by 1. And Radwin gets to draw a card. Now triggers, fat tissue, nothing. Claws, I didn't mention it earlier. Radwin will discard a card for claws if needed. In that example, it's non-carnivore, but I have a carnivore that could attack it if it doesn't use claws. So it will discard it, and then this species is considered to have climbing. Broad parasite, nothing happens. Fat tissue, nothing happens. On my side, broad parasite, increase population and take 1 plant. Here. So much food that I don't want Radwin to have. Non-carnivores can all eat 1 at a time. However, that one I can attack. So in that case, Radwin will fall back and eat from its own plant. Yeah, let's take from the cliffs. This one will take from the cliffs also. This one has camouflage, so carnivore cannot attack it. This one cannot be attacked by my carnivore. Again, the avian species. Same for me. Again, the avian species, it's still not fed. Finally, it can give out priority for the next feeding turn. And I will feed that one. The horns and claws species. Since it uses claws, I cannot attack it. I will feed my bird. This one size 4 and I'm size 5, so I can attack this one. However, Radwin's plant species is empty, so it has no choice but to try to feed, and I will not let it. So it loses one population, doesn't take plant, and I take 4 meat. I take 5 meat because of cooperation. I will continue to put my own plants aside. This one will try again to feed. This time the carnivore is full, so it can normally. I have to fill up as much as possible my last species. Now priority goes back to the fat tissue. And finally, the last plant goes to the avian species of Radwin. On my side, I can only use coprophagia. All those cannot eat anymore, so it goes to the carnivore. It can only attack its own fertile species. It will do so. Lose one population, get from coprophagia. Again, attacks. Get one meat. Last coprophagia, and I'm full. And we will do one last attack. However, it will not be actually its last attack because this species has fat tissue, so it will attack one last time, bringing to extinction the fertile fat tissue species. So we discard everything, draw 2 cards, because why not? And give one final meat on fat tissue. That one lost its green, so it lost only 2 population, but it still loses flight. And in that case, we switch to, of course, a land species board. Actually, let's do it so it's more clear. We remove flight, so we go to a land species. This one lost almost everything, so it loses horns. This one lost a lot also, loses ambush. That's it, let's count now. I'm quite confident on that one. Again, the plant micro expansion really gives you a lot of control over food supply and makes it quite easier, I think. $79 for me to 71 for Radwin. It's not that much a huge victory. It was tighter than I thought, but yeah, I managed to prevail, mostly thanks to plant giving control and against not having carnivore when it mattered. to block Radwin's effort to hit all my plant. But that's it. That's how the evolution solo works when used with a flight. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough and stay tuned for climate in the next one.